I'm a Kangaroo 7. In order for you to gain playing time, start, and excel at the varsity level, you need to actually play above a level that the current players are playing at. And if you can't play at that level, it's not going to be a good time. For example, the best or some of the worst players who don't play pro in Europe, they come to the US to get full rides at soccer, and they're the best players. And and for that reason, um, it works out for them, right? Because even though they didn't make it pro, let's say in the UK or Germany, Spain, Portugal, even South Africa, Brazil, since they don't go pro, but they're playing at a very high level, to come play to the U.S. against Americans who, all things being equal, aren't aren't are just competing to play college ball. There's kind of a mismatch there, and that's why they excel. So for you to expect that you're going to go from basically team manager and look at and and have the current team look at you and and allow you to kind of like they're not going to be kind to you because you in your eyes you will be the weakest link of the team, and it's not going to be a good time, I promise you. So um this is there are some things that you can do to really elevate your game and almost transcend this role of like if you can make your training so effective that when you even come in contact with, let's say, the coaches of the team, if you can do a couple things. So for example, if you're either one of the most athletic and or most skillful, ideally both, then you have some type of fighting chance to be accepted by the collective group and the coaches. And this is going to make it so that you don't want, so that you don't it's like the camaraderie aspect, community aspect of playing for a team is super important. So I basically want to help you raise your training level so high where you can be maybe top of the one the top of the pack unexpectedly, right? Because no one's gonna expect for you to be dangerous when you get out there. So there are some tools that I think you should invest in. The first tool, well, actually, the first tool isn't a tool at all. You want to check out, if you've never been taught how to breathe, search Dr. Vranich, How to Breathe, her TED Talk. Vranich is spelled Vranich. This completely changed my life and 10 years for playing D1 college soccer. Um, this is something that I just wish I knew 27 years ago. I've been playing soccer for 27 years, and this thing would have been a game changer. So search Dr. Vranich, Vranich, How to Breathe. When you learn this technique, she's gonna show you a breathing technique, right? She says breathing is a skill, and if you learn this breathing skill, it's gonna improve your stamina and improve your endurance. She argues that breathing is the most important thing to learn because you could go a couple days, maybe 3 days without water. You could go 3 hours in a very cold environment or a very hot environment, and then you could go 3 minutes without air. So that kind of speaks to the importance of your breath. The second tool is called an RMT rope, and it's gonna make you. It's probably one of the best tools for developing balance, timing, rhythm, coordination, as well as just harmonizing your movement, right? So your body's connected from fingers to toes, and as you swing this RMT rope, what's going to happen is you're going to become more explosive. Um, you're going to become more agile. Your core strength's going to improve. Your dynamic balance going to improve, and and this is a tool I'm talking about that you can make yourself for $10, right? It's lightweight, it's portable, cheap. You want to search David Weck, WECK rope. Um, Soccer players are humans first, soccer players second. So if you lay down this foundation of an RMT rope, you're going to prevent non contact injuries. You are just going to be moving more effectively than other players. And for that reason, if you can just learn this fundamental movement, it's very similar to a jump rope, but I would say it's it's more transferable. The movement patterns that you're going to be creating with an RMT rope are more transferable to soccer than a traditional jump rope. So just search and check it and see what you think of it because, you could order one online, you know, $20, whatever, or you could just make one yourself. It's just a long piece of rope with, soft, a long piece of rope, a little longer than you are tall, and you want the rope to be soft, right? So it doesn't chew up your hands. So check that out, and we're gonna plan on you playing for 4 years or 3 years, whatever D1 soccer or D whatever level soccer it is. But so this is a tool that has helped me become. Right, I said I'm 10 years out from playing D1 college soccer. I'm 10 times better than I was in in col in college. I am now, right? I'm 10 times better now than I was in college, and it's because of this rope is one of the reasons why. Third tool you want to invest in is called a SKLZ Star Kick Trainer, and this is going to help you cram months of training into days or weeks, right? Because it's a ball and a rope. It's just a ball and a rope, but essentially you could get 60 touches in 60 seconds, which means in 10 to 15 minutes of walking around your block, let's say you got a dog or something, you could get close to 1,000 touches effortlessly, right? In a high level game, you might get 200 touches. With this thing, you could get 1,200 touches in 15 minutes, and so right, like in a soccer game, each touch is precious. So by getting lots of repetitions, you can really train your first touch. You could train your shooting, your passing, and your timing and your rhythm with this ball and a rope. Again, you can make it yourself if you really want to. Size one ball, length of rope, a rope as long as your ankle bone to your hip bone, and then some duct tape, and boom, you got a kick trainer. So this would be another essential tool that can really help elevate your training. And plus, the RMT rope and this kick trainer, if you're showing up to practice or to training using these tools, it's just going to improve people's um, what they think of you, right? Because if they see you training with some tools, if they see you juggling, if you can get 10 juggles with all your body parts, including your head, without dropping the ground, like without it hitting the ground, I would say you're in a pretty good spot to compete, like, on this team. But until then, if you can't even juggle to 100, then juggling's one thing that you got to start a 1 minute, you know, if, for starting right now, 1 minute juggling habit every single day with a different size ball, whether it's right thigh, left, or both feet. You got to start juggling, because juggling is the next thing that's really going to help elevate your game. So search. Um, well, I would buy a 3 pack of tennis balls, or maybe a size one ball that I could bring everywhere I go, and then just by getting a few touches a day, right? 1 minute a day is 365 minutes a year. That's a lot of minutes. So, you know, you got to make it fun. You got to make, if you can't juggle with your feet, you got to make it fun. So even a balloon that you could keep up, a hacky sack, right? Something that you could just to start to build the practice, and you got to create a progression for yourself. First a balloon, then the hacky sack, and then maybe a bouncy ball. So you kind of work your way up. They say make skills easy, make strength hard. You got to make it juggling, learning these skills fun and easy. Um, the last thing you might want to look into is it's called a dribble up ball, right? Dribble up ball.